Good day, everyone. Welcome back. So we have here Academy Series box of the Asuka model M4A3E2 Sherman Jumbo. And this isn't any ordinary Sherman Jumbo, but they also added the decals for the famous one, Cobra King, or in the photos, First and Bastone. So from the get-go, you can see that it looks the part. You can see the additional armor plates due to the welding here and also here. So they added extra armor plates along this entire area and also the entire front. Then you can see that the mantlet is also of a different shape. There's that sharp cut right there. Because when the final iteration of this came out, it was quite heavy, and in a sense, they had to cut back on the weight. So if I'm not mistaken, they also cut the mantlet. So yeah, for the construction, most of this was pretty easy. Not a lot of complicated parts. And for the photo etched ones, they had you fix the periscope guards right here and also here. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, there weren't so much photo etched parts for this one. It was pretty simple and a lot of it has crisp detail, so you wouldn't really need to um, do a lot of it. Oh, I almost forgot there was also a photo etch part for this one, the periscope guard right there. And then for the HVSS, this is still from Asuka model. They had you cut square rubber sheets and you have to put them inside for the assembly. And if you follow their instructions and put 3 here in the middle and then only 2 here, you could model it to look like that there's weight being applied on the front of the tank. Because ideally, the tank itself has most of the weight up the front. So when you're looking at it, it should be sagging a little around the front. But either way, I did it and yeah, it still looks nice. And I think it's a nice feature. I do remember Meng having metal springs for this one, which is of course a nice touch, and I have yet to try Meng's version of the Sherman Jumbo, but from the feedback I got, it is quite a kit and it has a bit more detail than what Academy reboxed from Asuka model. So right now you can see that I added this wooden plank. I took it from Tamiya's M4 Sherman kit. If you don't know, the actual tank in the photo has this wooden plank right here, and it's supposed to have this storage box sitting right there. I have yet to find one for it, but once I do, I'd probably put it in. Also, I still left out the storage here for the back. Just a few jerry cans and probably ammo boxes. And yeah, another thing I'd like to mention about this kit is that Academy added a metal gun barrel. So this is the metal gun barrel for the 75, and of course it's not really that obvious, but I would like to point out that once you assemble this, adding the metal barrel would put significant weight on the mantlet itself. So if you don't try to secure that, it would just automatically drop down. What I did was I added some small metal weights inside on the opposite end of this mantlet just so that there's a counterbalance and it wouldn't keep drooping like that. This kit also offers you options for clear parts and plastic parts, especially for the commander's cupola and then the periscopes. So what I did was for the commander's cupola, I masked off the parts for the vision ports and then painted it. Once that was done, I just removed it and painted the inside with royal blue. Or, no, that was the Vallejo Panzer Models Periscope Blue. So yeah, just to add a bit more variation to the look. Another thing I would like to point out is that the kit did not come with a searchlight. If you look at the photo of the tank, you can see that it has this searchlight, and for some reason I did not add it to the kit itself, so I had to scavenge this one from the Dragon Sherman kit. But yeah, a little surgery with the mounting point and it's basically good to go. You wouldn't be able to see the inside, but I did add a clear part around this area just so that when light shines on it directly, there should be some glimmer just to simulate that it's a searchlight. And let's turn this kit around. Yes, let's go for the front first. So the bow MG right here is somewhat movable. You can see right there. I can depress and move that, elevate. And it really depends on how you go forward with building this, because it's a one whole piece MG that you have to thread through. And then the ball mount, you have to just secure it. So it depends on how you build it to make it movable. And yeah, another prominent feature of the Sherman Jumbo would be the added armor plate right here. That's why you wouldn't see the mounting point for the headlights that would ideally be on every Sherman. Let's go around here. And then right here you can see all the Pioneer tools that are added. Just pretty simple. Then more details around this area. And like I mentioned earlier, the HVSS suspension just has the same features as well. I would like to point out that their MG was nicely done. The barrel here on this end can be replaced with another version that has like this carry handle right here underneath the barrel, and you can immediately interchange that because this part is hollowed out and you can just slip it in and slip it out depending on which version you want. But of course, it's recommended to look at reference photos before doing it so that you know which barrel the actual tank used. So going around yet again. And the back, nothing really to go about. Let's just raise it a little. So here you have the rear end. This one's movable. Excuse me. You just have to be careful with the construction as there are thin mounting points here. So if you move that a lot or suddenly move it, it could snap, and yeah. But other than that, no, there's really nothing to go about with the other parts. The tail lights there. Most of the kit's parts are in plastic, and just a few were in photo etched. But either way, not a lot of details were really clunky, so it's somewhat forgivable that they didn't really go full out photo etched with this one. Alright, so my final verdict for the kit, it's really nice. I highly recommend it for the subject, and I'm not sure for the Western prices between Meng and Academy, but for the Pacific region, in my place, Academy fares a little better with the pricing when it comes to Meng. So I was able to get this first, and perhaps later on I would get the Meng and just to build it up and compare as well. But yeah, overall this is a nice kit, and if you want a Sherman Jumbo, this is the kit for you. And again, This is the Reeboks, Academy's Reeboks of the Asuka models. So yeah, Asuka models has its name when it comes to Shermans. Asuka Tasca. It might sound more familiar that way. But anyhow, yeah, this is Academy's M4A3E2 Sherman Jumbo, and most of it is pretty solid. If you're gonna ask what and how this was painted, well, black primer with a spray can, and then I just simply hand brushed this with olive drab, and then pigments for the snow, and then I also used AK Interactive weathering pencils for the dirt and streaking around the sides. Alright, that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a thumbs up, but if you didn't, leave a thumbs down. And let me know down in the comments below what you think of this tank, if you have it, or you're planning to get it, or even just general feedback. As always, stay safe, keep modeling. Till next time, goodbye.